Good morning, everybody. So welcome. You've landed at the Earth Reverence Healing Circle again. My name is Ursula Faye. If you're seeing me on Instagram, I got some golden sparkly filter going on because apparently we have a whole lot of golden light energy pouring into the planet at the moment. So a little shout out to that. How are we all doing? It's a little intense out there at the moment. I'm well aware. There's so much going on. So today feels like just going to bring through the frequencies and things that can help with assistance for us to just hold our own and allow this huge inpouring of energy that's happening to sit as kind of in as much of a sense of harmony as it can with our own systems, to just sort of let it come through and sort of melt the resistance that's built into a lot of our systems. This is all kind of new territory where none of us really know what we're doing. We're all doing our best though. So just trust in that. Remember to breathe and ground and do all those normal human things that work. So working on just assisting both all of us and the planet herself to just be able to more easily integrate all of these energies pouring in, holding our own, calming the nervous system, helping it to regulate, and more work on dissolving the density, the old stuff that we don't really want hanging around too much anymore. It's had its time, enough of all this suffering paradigm of life being really hard. I'm sure everyone's really sick of that. I'm sick of things being hard, really wanting to get to the good stuff where we can enjoy our lives a little more easily and breathe, have more freedom, more choice. I'm sure we're getting there, but in the meantime, we get together to do this work, So welcome to the One Me Meditators community. Welcome to my own personal community. Grab a seat. Let's get into it. So remembering to just leave all that other stuff behind for a moment. We're creating a space here where we can just lean in, relax, soak up what's on offer, and provide our own assistance. So letting the thoughts quiet and just run their course. Just bring your awareness back down from the head into the heart, letting each in-breath draw in more of that beautiful golden light, expanding your heart space as it does so, and each out-breath is simply releasing the stress, the tension, the trauma, whatever we've got going on. There's a lot rattling our cages at the moment, touching against little wires that are exposed, emotional things. That's part of the course at the moment. It's what this period of time is doing. We know it's for a purpose. It's to get us through to a point where we can, of course, just manage with it all much better. We're getting aligned. We're getting match fit, I guess, for a better world. So just with the breath, feeling grounded all the way into the heart of the earth, all the way through the crown, connecting to your source energy, letting it flow through, and picturing the planet, just feeling into all the beautiful matrix of everything that makes her up. The soil needs love and regeneration. It's been poisoned. We need to feed into the grids all the good stuff so it can regenerate, it can be revitalized. A lot of violet flame energy is helpful at the moment, a lot of silver and gold threads too. Bring through whatever you've got in your arsenal that's helpful. Remembering our waterways need cleaning. They need help. They need assistance. All the aquatic marine life, both plant, structural and animal life, stuff up on the earth, our air, how we deal with our garbage and our waste, the choices we make in our lives, the amount of freedom we do or don't have to make good choices, using and weaving through these energetic frequencies that assist, that help us feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more at peace and at ease within ourselves, so that then we can do those very human and mechanical things that also need to happen. We need to be aware of what we're thinking and feeling and what we're entertaining, what sort of thoughts we're letting take up space in our, it takes up residence in ourselves and affects our health, our well-being, our mental clarity. It affects how we interact with others. So we need to be looking at sustainability and cleansing right the way through, from the ground up, from the molecular level outward, from this, wibbly wobbly energetic level to also the practical grounded boots on the ground level. In all that we do and say, we need to weave a little bit more in, and just day by day improving how we sit here on the earth and in amongst the interplay of all these forces, all these influences that we're in the midst of, other people, technology, the surrounds we're in, the quality of our food and water, quality of the company we keep and the voices we hear, and entertaining our own heads as well. All of this plays a part, and it's time to start gathering all the threads, being aware of them and just how much power we have to work with them. We don't sit idly by anymore feeling like they're coming in and doing stuff to us. We can slowly learn to grab the threads and weave them purposefully and create space for ourselves initially, so that we've got some breathing, thinking space, some doing space, and we can move forward and create purposefully our lives, our days, even in the next hour ahead or the next few minutes. From there, we can keep expanding and moving out. Like any skill, we learn it piece by piece. Just started painting, and layer upon layer on the canvas, the picture emerges. We start off without any clue. We feel a little lost. We think that looks like crap. But what are we becoming? What will it become? Nothing stays still. As long as we keep taking action, we keep moving forward, we keep going back to a place where we believe and know and understand in our own goodness, our own clarity, and our ability to find it again when we do get pulled aside, when we do lose it. That's what we need to remember. Allowing to sit amongst this massive amount of change. I guess it's like being pulled into a river, into the rapids, fighting against it. Not that helpful. You need to be able to figure out, look for the opportunity to flow with it, navigating your way through the jagged rocks so you don't get hurt, keeping your head up till you can find opportunity to perhaps grab onto something that will help you move out. The waves on the ocean, ignoring them doesn't do any good. You need to learn to watch, read them, and catch the ones we can. Ride them into the shore. Otherwise, we just get dumped. We lose our way and we forget which way's up. And that's a little scary. So life's a lot like that. And we just find the signs, the metaphors that work for us in the moment, bring us back to home, back to a place of alignment, back to a grounded sense of ourselves. Anything that will return to us our connection to the rest of the world, to the planet herself. Take those moments, factor them in, to sit in stillness, to sit on the earth, to connect with, the birds or the flowers in your garden. Start with your hands in the dirt and pull some weeds. At any level, it's enough. Get out there into your greater community when you can. Not at the expense of self, not at the expense of whatever you need at this moment and your family needs and your community. It's finding a way to manage all those things. There's many, many threads, and we need to learn to weave with all of them. And trusting in, by pulling our attention away from the things that are really problematic, refusing to engage in them anymore, in the games people play with us, the problematic systems, by standing firm, looking for ways that we can make a difference, take a stand, take an action. We fundamentally are changing the course of our history, of the path on which our life is set. And we find, as with the natural world and the garden analogy, we start from where we are. We start with our little plot of land and we get that healthy. We start with our physical body and we get that healthy. We start with the garden of our own thoughts and mental and emotional well-being and we get that healthy. And from there, we can't help but influence the world around us. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be hard and difficult. There are so many roles to play here that we're all going to find something effective that works. Some are in there taking bold action, fighting, getting going. Some have to tend to the wounded. Some have to hold a gentle space. Some have to advise and create strategies. Some have to create the art that makes it all worthwhile. Some have to feed the troops. There's even just a kind, compassionate conversation at a considered point in time for somebody in deep need is a huge service to pay to the whole planet. Do what you can. Trust you'll find your spot on the team. Paint the canvas in the colours that come through from your heart. Slap them wherever it feels like you're guided to, and it's going to work out. There's a lot of other people working on this picture too. Those little pieces moving around that one singularity space of the now moment that always stays blank. That's all we're doing. We're moving the pieces around. And we're creating a much more beautiful picture. And this picture is a life we all can step into and experience and benefit from. And the lack of equality, of equity in the world, we're bringing it down here, where all needs are met. There's no disparity, some with so very much that they hoard and some with so very little that they can barely survive. And all the stress and suffering that comes with that. Bring it down to a redistribution of all of the wealth and energy in the world, the resources. It's where everybody gets their needs met, where everybody has a beautiful, wonderful, fulfilling and inspired life. And where there's not such big highs and lows. And where everything pretty much works out. And life's good. Okay. Okay. Weaving the last pieces of those desires through. Thanking everyone for their assistance, their participation, their attention. Asking you now to prepare to finalise your intentions, your wishes. The fairy dust is spreading across the land. And we're going to come back each to our own here and now, our own physical bodies, our physical spaces. Hopefully feeling a little bit clearer, a little more grounded, a little bit more at peace. Breathing a little more easily, a little more deeply. Remembering as you land gently back into your own body, feeling yourself here and now and grounded, present. Do a little check, make sure, and call back all of yourself. You haven't left any particles anywhere out there. Disentangle your energies from everyone else's. Stay grounded and connected. You can do that. Make sure you do a little cord cleansing. Should release anything that doesn't belong with you. Do a little scan through your system. Trust in your ability to integrate and sit with the higher light a little bit more easily over the coming week. Remember, give thanks to your team. We all have these amazingly diverse and wonderful teams around us in spirit. Our ancestors, our guides, guardian angels. We have so many different kinds of beings that are with us all the time, assisting us. Good to acknowledge them, trust that they're there, reach out to them when we need help. And I will let you all go for this week. See you again next week. As always, much appreciated. Remember to love yourself and the planet. Remember that your nervous system is very important to take care of at this time. Find some self-care strategies that work for you. Find assistance where needed. I'm always got my books open for people needing one-on-one assistance. But do the simple everyday things too. You know, being in stillness, meditation, movement, exercise, dance, being in nature, going for a swim, having a bath, drinking plenty of water, good food, monitoring your thoughts, viewing art, experiencing it in all its forms, recognizing what brings you ease and joy, and taking time to step into that. All right, really going now. Big love, everyone. Love yourself and the planet. Love your work. I'll see you next week. If I can remember which fingers have to press which buttons to make this all end.